Hello, I'm ABX Toycat and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about temperature and weather in Minecraft. This is something that would have been really easy to explain before the most recent update because it really used to be as simple as, oh, there are three types of weather: clear, rain, and thunder. If it's raining or thundering, instead of raining, if you're in a snow biome, it will snow. If you're in a desert, it won't rain at all. Boom, I've just explained the entire weather system from the update in about 20 seconds. So you might be curious as to exactly how things have changed. Basically, they added the temperature system to the game, which is a really cool system, and once you understand it, it means you can work out exactly how to get multiple weathers in the same biome, and also work out what biomes will be next to your current biome, but it does take a little bit of understanding, and that's what today's video is for. So please do like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like these slightly more in-depth topics. But let's get straight into the video already, shall we? So let's start by explaining what temperature isn't, because you might hear temperature and think, oh, so does that mean if I go into a desert for too long, I'll dehydrate, or if I go into a snow biome, I'll just turn into an icicle? That'd be cool and all, but that doesn't happen at all. Temperature doesn't ever affect the character, it only affects the world around you. Just bear that in mind, temperature never affects you. It doesn't matter how cold you are, you're not going to die in any way. So yeah, now that we've got that bear in mind, you need to bear in mind the second thing, which is that every biome now has a temperature. Before this update, and the reason they put it in the temperature system, you could have stuff like, you know, a desert next to an icy plains biome, and although they'd have different weather conditions attached to them, that wouldn't be anything to do with the way they generate next to each other, and it means you could literally have the hottest biome next to the coldest biome. And if you've ever seen the real world map, then you'll know that Alaska isn't next to, you know, the Central African Republic. They're quite far apart because that's how climate works. So to kind of simulate that in Minecraft, they split all of the biomes into 4 categories. There are the super snowy biomes, and they're the really, really cold ones. They'll always snow no matter what. We've got the kind of cold biomes that, you know, pretty cold, close to snowing all the time. We've got the medium biomes, which is stuff where it just rains, never not rains, all that sort of stuff. Basically stuff like the plains, stuff like the, you know, things like that forest. All of that stuff is there. And then you've got the super hot biomes like the savanna, like the mesa, and like the desert. All of these biomes are so hot that it never rains there because no matter how, you know, cold you get by going above the ground, it doesn't affect your temperature at all. So just bear that in mind. 4 categories. These 4 categories try to generate biomes of their own category or of the one down or up for them. So if you think about a desert, it will generate next to either savanna, a mesa, or like the plains. You'll never have a desert next to an ice spikes, and that makes a lot of sense. That's how the real world works, and just bear that in mind. So now that we know exactly how that works, let's work out how we can use that in Minecraft. So this first thing about biome generation, it means you can work out, let's say we're in an extreme hills biome. This is a cold biome, so if we want to find a snowy biome, we could look around this. If we found, you know, if we walked into a plains, into a desert, we wouldn't want to keep looking around the desert because that's not going to help us at all. Whereas looking around every corner of the plain, of the extreme hill, we might eventually find a snow biome. So yeah, by knowing the temperature of the biome you're in and the temperature of the biome you're looking for, you can generally work out whether you're doing pretty good looking for it or whether you're in the entirely wrong place. So that's kind of handy. It means there's kind of some intuition in looking for biomes, but it's still got a little bit of randomness, and that's quite cool. But the second part of temperature is a bit more complex than this. So every single biome has its own temperature. You can look it up, but I wouldn't recommend it because I'll be explaining it in much simpler terms. They range from like minus 0.5 to 2.0, something like that. You know, that number means nothing to you in the real world, and it doesn't need to mean anything. The core part of how this works is it just means that every biome has a temperature, and every temperature corresponds to a weather. So if your temperature is 0.15 or below, it will snow there. If your temperature is 0.15 to 0.95, it will rain. And if your temperature is above 1.0, then it will just have no rain, no snow. It will just be nothing. And that's what deserts were before the update, what they are after the update. And now to explain exactly how that works, because you might be like, okay then, so every biome either rains, snows, or you know, doesn't do either. That sounds a lot like the previous system. How do we know whether there's anything? So besides the biome thing, the weather also does the system of every single meter you rise above sea level, your temperature goes up by this minute amount. It's 0.001666, something like that. Basically, every 6 meters above Y65 you rise, you're going to increase the temperature by 0.01. This is so insignificant in most biomes that it means that even at 256 in a savanna biome, for instance, you're not going to be able to change the weather. However, it does mean some interesting things in the extreme hills biome, in the taiga biome, in the mega taiga, and in, yeah, those biomes there. So all of the biomes that count as cold but not snowy, so like I said, the taiga biome, the mega taiga, and the extreme hills are the major examples. Basically, this will work in their favor because it means that as you go a certain amount above the ground, it kind of transforms into a snowy biome. So if you're curious as to why that means anything, it means that first of all, if we go up to here, and we actually have one over there, if we go up this high in the sky, it means that it basically acts like a snow biome and your water will freeze. So if you don't have a cold biome in your world, but you want an ice farm, for instance, you can make that if you go high up enough in your extreme hills biome. This is also why in my Let's Play world, all the water on the ice, on the boat slide is frozen. It's because of the fact that if you go higher up enough, it will freeze. The only reason that hasn't is because it's obviously got closer next to it. So yeah, basically your water can actually freeze as you get this high. But the second and kind of cooler way is it means that Different, obviously different biomes have different heights where this happens, but it means if we turn on rain, for instance, you'll see it rains here because it's a cold biome, it's not a snow biome, and it rains in the forest just the same. But if we go high up enough in the extreme hills, I believe it's about Y95, it actually stops raining and it starts to snow instead. So here you can see, boom, we've just ran into snow instead of rain. We go down a little bit, it's raining, we go up a little bit, and it's snowing. And yeah, that's one of the really cool things about this, because it means if you like snow more than rain, then if you're in one of these biomes, then you're entirely fine. And doesn't this just look wonderful? And then we go back down, and it's like, oh, that's rain again. And then you go back up. Yeah, I'm sure you get the point here. And basically every single, or the three biomes I mentioned all have this thing built in. So that's why you don't need to know the temperature system. It's inconsequential for pretty much every single biome in the game. The only ones where it really matters are the cold ones, because they can turn into snowy ones, and in theory, some other biomes, if you go high up enough, if you had a high height limit, it would make a difference. But yeah, for the most part, you just need to bear in mind that above a taiga and a cold taiga biome, it's a little bit harder to get into snow area because they start slightly warmer. But eventually, if you go high up enough in a taiga biome or in a mega taiga biome, you'll get snow here too. So if you want to get, for instance, some ice to freeze, or if you want to get snow for whatever reason, then you can do that by going high up enough in one of these biomes. However, it does mean that you'll never get snow to settle on here, because obviously, even though it's snowing up there, which doesn't make sense, that I guess it changes because it melts into whatever. Yeah, basically, if you want to get lots of snow, you need to set it up all the way up here, which in the case of the spruce and mega taiga is actually going to be somewhere in the region of like 131, it looks like, and in the area of the when it comes to the extreme hills, it's somewhere in the 100 area. It should be about 95, but it looks like on the console it's about 102. Does that seem about right? Yeah, so 102 is where you can find it in the extreme hills, and if you're in a spruce or a mega taiga biome, then you'll find it somewhere in about 130. If you go above there, you can make snow happen, you can make all this cool stuff happen, and that's pretty cool right there. So yeah, all you need to know about temperature is know which category every biome's in. You know, it's pretty easy to tell. If it's one of these looking biomes, it's going to be about medium. If it never rains there, it's going to be a hot one. You can tell because they're deserty. And if it is if it can sometimes snow, it's cold. If it always snows, it's a snowy biome. Those biomes generate next to each other, and you can use this to your advantage in quite a few ways. Also, bear in mind that if you go above a certain height in every biome, but mostly just the cold ones, then you'll get snow, and this is pretty wonderful. I think it's pretty cool anyway. So yeah, that is that whole thing explained in today's video. I hope you did all enjoy it. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot, and listeners who do like it. Actually, one more quick point I want to raise is you can use this as if it rained, you can work out what's a desert and what's a beach, because obviously they look kind of the same besides the cactuses and all that other stuff. Obviously, you can tell this is a beach because it's not raining, but if we go over here, you can tell that, this is a savanna, but if we have an actual desert over here, which we do, then you'll see that it stops raining because we know it's a desert. So, yeah, I hope you did all enjoy the video. Like I said, like if you liked it, share if you really liked it, because it helps get these videos out there, and, these aren't the ones everyone's searching for. No one's like, oh, I'd love to know about this really in-depth mechanic, but yeah, if you did like it, that'd be great. And also subscribe if you are new around here, though, because it helps out, it helps out the channel a lot, but also, let's, let you see my videos daily on your homepage. I always get that one confused, but I think I got it right there. So yeah, that's that. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Here you can see, by the way, even all the way up here, it's raining, but we don't get anything in the desert. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a nice day, everyone, and goodbye.